It's time for our community spotlight. And with me today is Jennifer Lowry. And I'm going to have you explain the organization because it's a long acronym. In my book, it's long. So go ahead. Good morning.
It's a little bit long. So my name is Jennifer Lowry, and I am with the National Youth Advocate Program, and we like to call it NYAP. And NYAP is an organization, a nonprofit organization, and we offer foster care, behavioral health, and adoption services. So I'm excited to talk to Angie a little bit about what we're doing.
Okay, so foster, adoption, and advocacy. So
Yes,
absolutely. So I think that foster and adoption speak for themselves, but tell me what the advocacy piece is.
Yeah, the advocacy piece is big. I mean, there are so many youth currently that are in the foster care system, just in general. On any given day in Ohio, there's probably about 16,000 children that are being cared for away from their parents, right? So think about that, just the impact of that. So when we have advocacy, we have an advocacy department in our corporate headquarters that really works with passing, legislating, advocating for youth. And what you'll see throughout NYAP and throughout our organization is that advocacy just kind of trickles down through all of the staff, which is exciting. So our staff become advocates for the youth that we support, whether it's foster care, whether it's in school systems, whether it's in families. So we like to say a lot about advocacy and just advocating for our youth. It's important for youth to have a home.
Yeah, and I would imagine that there's legalities and stuff that you don't want to put them through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's got to be a certain amount of trauma that comes along with some of these cases. So do you step in and do something along those lines?
Sure. Yeah. So where you're going to see when you're working with this population of youth, sometimes youth, it could be so many reasons why they're being removed from their home, right? So there's usually a lot of trauma that's there. We see a lot of trauma behaviors. And so when we're looking for parents to become foster parents, we are going to provide them with training, right? And things that are going to help them to work with the youth that have had trauma-related experiences. And most of them have. I wish I would love to say, Angie, that, the kids are just, everything's great, but if that was the case, they would not be being removed out of the home, right?
But honestly, the foster family can do so much, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. We like to say, and I say it a lot too, is like, can you share your heart, right? By sharing your home. And you think about it, that's a big ask, right? to say, hey, can you bring these strangers into your home and then parent them? And so we understand the challenge that is going to be and what it's going to take. So here at NYAP, what we do is we have a really solid treatment team it's going to come together and work with that family and prepare them and just help them through the challenging times, because it's a possibility that it's going to be challenging times. We like to say in foster care, there's a honeymoon period, right? Just like with anything else. Yes.
Yeah, but like I said, I just can imagine when a foster child comes into a home, if that home is very accepting and loving, how that can help so much with that rejection and with that trauma and all that.
Definitely. To have someone to love on you, right? To provide the necessities that you need in a home. But it's comforting, right? It's definitely comforting. For whatever reason, the youth may be placed with us, and then we place it with that foster family. Then that family can, kind of routines, right? Schoolwork, activities, all of those things. We want that environment to be safe and stable so that we can work with not just the foster family, but even the original bio family or some kinship family to work on reunification. And sometimes it's challenging, Angie, for families when they say, hey, I want to be a foster family. As human beings, we get attached, right? And then maybe we don't really want them to go back.
Yeah. But you can't love a kid too much.
Yes, you
cannot. And it's honestly a mission field in itself. And I think it's such a great thing if people step up. But I wonder about if they feel that they're ready or if they're qualified. So can you speak to that?
Sure, yeah, definitely. And I think that's real, right? That's definitely a challenge, or I won't say, I don't know if I would even say a challenge, but I get when my niece comes to stay with me, I'm wondering if I can do it all, right? So you think about bringing maybe adolescents or other youth into your home, you may wonder if you can do it, and we understand that. So we're going to work patiently with you. We're going to provide you with the resources. There we have training ongoing all the time. And then in order to be a foster parent, not just with NYAP, but through the entire state of Ohio, it's a process. So there's certain classes that you have to go to, right? So we're just there to provide that support for that family, to encourage that family, and just kind of walk alongside and work with them so that they can do it. And we get calls, right? Sometimes that, I can't take it anymore. What is going on?
Yeah.
And then, we'll work with them and work through it. And it's just exciting to know that we have so many foster parents. They love this. This is what they do. They feel like this is their purpose, to help you, to help kids, and to bring them in. And if you think about it, Angie, I don't know how much more can you give, right? If you can give of your heart in your home, I mean, it really can change and impact the life of a youth. It really can. I'm an advocate for foster care, like I am. Personally, I was adopted, right? So I was adopted myself. So I've always had this amazing kind of passion for like youth and wanting them to give, just to have an opportunity to have a home.
Absolutely. I can think of cases myself where even when you think back to a teacher that made a difference in your life, and that was just somebody you saw at school, right? But think about if you're in their home, or if they're in your home and you're loving on them. I mean, it's just, you can change lives. And so I'm really I'm really a proponent for foster care and adoption as well. So there's parents out there, there's couples out there who are wondering, like, this is something that I'd like to explore more. How do they do that with you, Jennifer?
Sure. So, of course, social media, we're there, right? So you can go to our Facebook page, which is National Youth Advocate Program, Northwest Ohio. Also, you can give us a call. And then this is the thing. So since we're across the state, and we're also in 11 other states, which is exciting, but here in Ohio, we're across the entire state. So I would say you can just call us at NYAP, and I am going to give you that number, right? I should have that. It's a 800 number or 877 number. So 1-877-692-7226 is our toll-free number for the National Youth Advocate Program. So they will kind of direct you, or you can give us a call directly at our here in Lima or Toledo or Mansfield. We're kind of all over.
And it doesn't matter if you're curious. It doesn't matter. Absolutely. Just ask the questions, go through the process even, and see if that's the way God's leading you, because you can always stop, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. You're curious, right? So, and there's options, right? So we have there's different types. There's treatment level foster care. There's traditional foster care. Then there's just some parents that say, "Hey, I just want to be able to help out. Maybe I just do what we call respite, and the kids just come on the weekends," right?
Oh,
so
fantastic.
Options, right? You don't have to kind of jump all the way in, and then we can work with you, the families, until they feel, just a little bit more comfortable with taking placements. But yeah, I think just call, right? Just call. Maybe you'll be a volunteer, right? So there's options. There's so many youth that need our love, our support, our guidance. So I'm just encouraged, and I'm just hoping, just even across this state, that we can just really get more foster parents.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. I thank you for all of your information. Do you have a website?
Yes, we do. And it's NYAP, NYAP.org.
All right. NYAP.org. I love it. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. Great information. And yeah, I think that people need to just ask.
Yes, call us, become a foster parent. Thank you. you.